Yeah, so that'll be definitely like something I'll probably send them and I've already communicated that to them, but they've been, again, we'll see, who knows. They're getting tons of data right now from all the beta testers, and so hopefully they can make, you know, those fixes, because as you said before, it's really just, it's here, it's just refining the heck out of it.
I would love to know on the engineering side, like for example, that issue we just saw.
Yep.
I would love to know what it is they ultimately figure out that solves that, right? Like can you imagine how geeking out the engineers working on this must be? That they're like the only people in the world getting to work on a self-driving car that's being actively field tested by actual customers.
I know. Like, because if you work at
smarter.
If you work at Waymo, you're doing maybe what, 1,000 cars, if that, however many they have. But here, and those are very geo-located, right? Geo-based. Whereas this is, I'm in some random city, and there's, you know, I think what, 10 to 100, however many other beta testers are out there, maybe more. But they're all feeding in their regions, right? And they're dealing with so many use cases, and every time you press the button over here, it will help fix that. So here we are going to make a left onto a highway.
You know what's hilarious? When that light turned green.
Dude, that just nailed it. Yeah, so, but here we are getting on the highway. Let's see how well it will ramp up. And then it's a short drive, I think like 2 miles. Let's do it. But this is a street to highway to street again. So, and you probably knew, but this literally switches back to navigate on autopilot when it goes from FSD Beta into the autopilot view.
Oh, okay. So the freeway one really isn't any different than before. They're still running the same code effectively.
The difference is obviously on the S and the X, you literally get a full screen view. And in this case, you typically will actually see multiple lanes over. I think it's because there's brush in the middle that you don't see past that. But typically, like when I'll be back on 17 back there, I'll see all 8 lanes, and you'll see every car that's passing by, because now you have a full screen.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So going 60-ish miles. Person in front of us. There's some traffic in the front and even traffic on the left. And then once you essentially get off, it will then switch back into FSD Beta view.
So that makes me wonder, is it just running the same FSD Beta, navigate on autopilot code when it's on the freeway and only using this new feature on side streets, or is it actually running the new FSD software in the background? Because it sounds like this new approach that they're doing for street level will eventually need to then be reapplied to freeway, because it sounds like there's a lot of improvements, right? Because the street level one can detect like debris, which is something that Navigate on Autopilot really can't do right now, right? Like if there's a tire in the road, we have to avoid that.
Yep.
But this new street level one can see it.
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right, here we go, doing the off-ramp.
And it's slowing down like it should. This is awesome.
Look at that, yeah, it just transitioned back to the, to the other
40 miles an hour. But yeah, I think a lot of it, and I have no knowledge of this, but I feel like a lot of it is they're based off of each other in some type of way. I think as of right now, the ecosystem is FSD Beta is partially probably built on top of the Navigate on Autopilot stack, but I do think right now they are being treated separately, so that it then once when you hit the highway, it goes on FSD Beta, or sorry, Navigate on Autopilot, but then when you get off, it's FSD Beta. And ultimately it'll migrate and take the best of both worlds.
Dude, I'm hyped, because what that means is eventually there's going to be another beta pushed out for us to test out this on freeway.
Yep.
And capitalize on that. Oh, this is great.
Yeah. So here we are again. This is FSD Beta A to B, not door to door. So that's why I disengaged right there, because it's not meant to necessarily take you into a parking lot.